First of all, my playoffs is 5 rounds.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Every team except for Detroit makes it in my bracket. That's right, I'm going to have a 30-team playoffs.
Brian Burke would not be happy with you.
I don't care. I want chaos. The reason I don't have Detroit is because you were the only team that were bad enough to be mathematically eliminated. But here's what I'm going to do to make up for it. 1 year only, Detroit will have a 50% chance of getting the first overall pick. Every other team will have an equal percentage chance.
Oh, come on.
We're going 0-5, baby. We're going 0-5. So.
Did you know Brian Burke almost drafted Sidney Crosby? He was one lottery ball away.
He tells him that. You know, Austin Matthews was almost a Hab. Fun fact.
Who?
Matthews was almost a Hab.
Sure he was.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So, yes, 30 different teams, of course. Detroit have 50. Everything's going to be on a neutral site. I don't care about the home games and all that. I really don't. But this needs to be done, and this will be done marathon style, all right? That's how I'm going to do this.
So they play – how often does each team play?
This will be every other day.
Okay, perfect.
In between breaks, unless a team you're waiting for is still playing a series, all right?
There's series.
There are series here. So, here's how it's going to go. Of course, 30 teams.
Yeah.
Going from 1 downwards, you will get to choose your poison, a.k.a. you will get to choose who you play.
Okay there, Jeff Merrick.
All right, this is how we're going to play for that as well. And after every single round, we will reseed because, of course, we need to get it a bit more figured out. So then once we go to the second round onwards, that will be reseeded by the standings overall, not just by division. I don't care about any of that. We're going to go overall by the standings going onwards starting in round number 2. Now, here's how it's going to work. Rounds 1 and 2 are going to be best of 3. Yes. Round 3 and 4 are going to be best of 5. And the Stanley Cup final will be a best of 7. That is my playoff format.
How long? I'm just curious if you've done the math on this. How long is that going to take?
I don't think it's going to... Hold on, let's just do some quick math here. Okay, so the Cup final is going to be 7 games, obviously.
So
now, of
that's
course,
14 days.
There's always a very strange thing where if you've ever paid attention to the broadcasting of the Stanley Cup final, dear listeners, or at the playoffs, every series normally has that extra weird day for... I don't know why, but so that's going to happen, of course. So... There's the 7-day...
this is a couple months at least.
Well, there's the 14-day minimum of the finals. Of course, the middle 2 rounds are going to be a minimum of 10 days because they are best of 5 games. And then it's a maximum of 6 weeks for the first... of 6 days for the... 6 days because it's best of the other 2.
So 2 months.
So there is... Yeah, it's basically 2 months. Which is around the same time as the normal ones because, the playoffs start early April, and for me, they would end about early June. So it's about the same length, but each series, of course, is a bit shorter. So there's more rounds, but because of the games played, the best of format, I have mine around the same length. And it's a bit more jump ball in mine. It's maximum chaos.
Right. Just because as Daniel was talking, I realized that depending on when they actually start, the NHL is going to look for speed because they're going to want to try to get obviously as much hockey in as short period as possible, so that free agency and the draft and etc. those things aren't going to get as affected. So I realized mine isn't really probably going to take 2 months. I don't know. I haven't done the math on it, but probably it needs to be shorter than the regular one, I'd imagine. That's what they're looking for.
Then I think you can simply do. I'm going to look at mine. I think no matter what, I think you have to keep the Cup final 7 games. I just think I think you need some principle there. So if I'm just going to use mine as an example, then I think you make every other round just best of 3.
Best of 3?
Right.
Just in any sort of way you want to do it. If you want to do single elimination real tournaments, I would do it. I just think the Cup final itself has to say 7. Everything else, I think shorten. But so yeah, those are our playoff formats.
I think just like, yeah, hypothetically for 24 teams, like for my model, I just wanted to weed out as many guys as possible quickly,
Yeah.
just to get to like the later rounds with like just, I guess, the more tension based ones, the more important ones. But yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
the 3 games.
Yeah,
Like,
because I'm
if they have time.
looking at mine, and I'm starting to realize that maybe it's too much. But the reason I made the groups is because I'd imagine teams are going to complain, like especially the teams from really like, I don't know, 6 to 12 in at least the East are really interchangeable in some sorts. At least 6 to 9 are interchangeable. So I'd imagine they're going to complain. So like, okay, let me prove that I can make the playoffs. Give me some type of. It's really just replacing the rest of the regular season games, but putting it into 3. I don't know, but it's a little bit long. I can imagine. I can imagine they're looking for something shorter.
Is there any sort of way you guys think they just do a big single elimination the whole way through? Just
No.
one like real tournament style thing?
I'd love to see it, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I feel so stressed.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
The later rounds.
If that would be
You
the
miss,
case.
like, you miss one goal when you go, I don't know, go to your kitchen to get something, and you're like, oh, that was a Stanley Cup winning goal. I didn't know that.
No, yeah, I'd love to see that. That'd be like maximum chaos right there.
One
But I
time
don't think
and you're done.
if Seattle was in the league, I think the math would work out a lot better because that gives you 16 teams in each conference, which would be easier math wise, and I think that'd be very interesting. It'd be very interesting to see, but I don't think they're going to do it. Just like I don't think they're ever going to let teams choose their opponents.
Yeah, I never liked that.
You're a baseball guy. Are the MLB doing that yet? Because I thought I had read something saying they were changing playoff stuff.
Yeah, it was a consideration they're thinking of, but that's kind of like just taking the back seat right now because they can't even start their season.
Yeah, just because from a
Which is,
journalistic point of view, right? It's fantastic. Choose your own opponent.
So it's a
Okay,
weird concept
before-
to me.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't think it's going to work.
Not a
I also
fan.
just don't think it's ever going to happen.
Hold on. You don't like it, you say?
Yeah, because
not really a
teams are
fan.
what are the chances that a team's going to choose someone that's not the seed they should have chose? Because if they lose, they look very stupid.
I'm just saying, could you imagine the drama of, oh my God, the Bruins have said, hey, we're going to take on Toronto, and they undermine them, and then all of a sudden they're saying, oh, you know what, we're going to, sorry, no, they choose the Leafs, undermining them, the Leafs come back,
Yeah.
they win. Or let's say the Capitals do, and they're like, I
Yeah.
want revenge on the Hurricanes and all that, right?
Mhm.
So that's what I mean, right?
No, I know, but that's never going to happen because if you picked the Leafs and you could have picked Columbus, let's say, this year, I don't know, I just threw a team out there, and you lose to Toronto, if I'm the owner of the Bruins, I go to whoever the hell the GM is and I say, what the hell was that? It's not going to it's very unlikely that it's going to happen.
Yeah, but Alex, this is a hypothetical. We're doing.
Yeah, but you're instituting. You want to institute something that a team is rarely going to choose out of order.
Man, yeah. All right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I find it highly unlikely that a team is going to choose out of order because if they lose, it looks really bad on them.
Makes for great articles, though, for us guys.
Oh, it makes for great articles, but if I'm a general manager of a National Hockey League team, I'm not going to do something like that and potentially put my job in jeopardy.